So I want to talk a bit about how and why some people's towns got deleted during the April Gala reward competition, which featured the Salmon Nigiri meta. This video is meant to be informative, and I will do my best to keep it that way while also sharing my thoughts at times. Some people, even some of you watching this video, got your town deleted during the competition. I honestly believe that most people who came into the Discord and said that their town got deleted were innocent and not cheating. That's not the case for everyone though, as some said that they weren't cheating, but it was proved that they were by reviewing the points charts that were on D3 Gaming's website, which pulls information on players' points from the game. It is pretty easy to tell if somebody was point cheating that way. There are other ways to cheat, such as trading NFTs during a competition, which sucks because some people do this accidentally, and because they traded an NFT away and they're still using it in the competition, well, they get flagged for cheating because they're using an NFT that they do not own. If this is done on purpose, it can also be tracked through transactions on OpenSea fairly easily. Now, regardless whether you were cheating or not and your town got deleted, I think that's bullshit that they did it this way. We knew this was going to happen, and we knew innocent players would get flagged and their town would get removed. And if those innocent players got their town removed, well, then they probably wouldn't want to stick around and play Townstar anymore. And I totally understand that. Hell, if my town got deleted after I put so much work into it, I'd probably quit Townstar too. So I feel for you, and I'm sorry for anyone who had their town deleted. Now, a few weeks ago, SageMaker introduced someone else to the Townstar team who would be in charge of dealing with cheating in the game. His name is XDiabloX in the Discord, but I'll just refer to him as XDiablo. And that's great. Having someone who combats cheaters is a good thing. So last week during the Townstar AMA that happened on March 31st, 2023, the Townstar team talked about this new system that would remove cheaters quickly while the competition was going on. Now, a couple of people, including myself, were skeptical at this. We were afraid that innocent people would suddenly be removed from the competition. And guess what? That's exactly what happened, right? Yes, they did get rid of cheaters as well, but it's not worth the hassle if you're also getting rid of innocent people in the process. In my opinion, they should have just continued to do what they were doing until Townstar Godot was ready, considering we are so close, at least according to the Townstar team. I'm going to share a roughly 7-minute long recording of what was discussed during the Townstar AMA that happened on March 31st, 2023, where XDiablo speaks on this plan. If you haven't heard it before, I do suggest you listen to it to understand why this happened better and what their goal is. If you rather not listen to it or already listened to it before, feel free to skip to the next chapter in this video, which is roughly 7 minutes from now.
So I have some info to share. Mal has been talking a lot about these competitions, the guilds, and I think we spoke about how important it is, like these leaderboards, and fundamentally being a competition game, it's important that we keep it clean. So I have some extra info there. We've been working on getting rid of some of the cheaters the same way, but a lot more quickly. So our idea is the upcoming competition, you shouldn't see them on the leaderboard for more than 12 hours after they've done something funny, right? So it's going to be dynamic. The leaderboards that you see are actually going to mean what they say. You're not going to see 1 gazillion trillion number on the top, right? So that's an update. And here's another cool thing that we're going to do for you all. You don't have to wait a month for rewards, right? We'll try and have that done within a couple of days, but that's what we're going to try. But we'll definitely ensure we have that like in a week's time, unlike previous times, right? So yeah, that's some good info I had to share.
Yeah, so I just want to make sure everybody caught that. because maybe there's a delay in Discord. So basically, when we see people are cheating, the goal would be to dynamically quickly move them out of the leaderboards. Did I get that right?
Yes, Mark, then you did get that right.
Okay. So that's good news because I know sometimes they hang out longer. And then the other part you said is about rewards coming quickly.
Yeah, you don't have to wait a
What'd
lot
you
of
figure
time.
out? Yeah, what'd you figure out on that? There must be some magic because it's taken a long time before. But now you're coming in and telling, and Dubstep Rod said, "I'll believe it when I see it." Why should he not be skeptical? Willow
Yeah,
Martin
so
says, "I don't want quick rewards." Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What is going on there? Anyways, share some of the thinking behind the magic there. Thanks, Diablo.
yeah, I think a lot of things that we do in terms of looking for these cheaters, a lot of these algorithms. So we've been doing that independently, separately, behind the scenes. Now we're actually going to run that live when the competitions are running. So which means if there's a cheater who's caught on day one, well, there's a reset or disabling happening on day one instead of letting him or her participate the entire competition, going back and then figuring out, oh wait, this is actually a cheater, so he or she doesn't get a reward. So because most of the elimination happens during the competition, we have an upside in just finalizing the rewards, right? But yeah, we're still going to try and make sure it happens within a couple of days. But being the first time, we also want to be quite careful, not
Got it.
not do something in hastiness.
Right. Some of the things that people have been asking about before, and I think uh don't want Ed 77 they're throwing the salt, man. Don't want a ledger of lies. Actually, so I mean, but its point is some people are worried about removing real players. And how are we going to get around that?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So in fact, yesterday I had a small feedback session as well, and forgot the name, but I did get some question on, hey, there was this competition in February. Um, why was I not given rewards? So there's always going to be a very small amount of intersection in whom we call is a cheater and who could have not cheated, and then a really small intersection on people who've cheated but still made their way through. But again, the big difference is the ones who are massively leveraging or exploiting our system are going to be out, right? And so that's something that I've done a lot earlier as well, where the obvious ones are totally out, and so we don't need to wait for the obvious ones to be out. Like I still remember the last competition, the first three ranks were just crazy numbers, right? It just like I don't like looking at the leaderboard when I see the first three ranks just having some random numbers. So I think just getting those obvious ones removed has been the highest priority. So those I don't think there's any reason to worry about because, like I said, it's really obvious. But whether we'll actually be able to remove every single person who had that 10% advantage by just doing one small thing in a different way, maybe not. But we'll keep getting better at it, and you'll see at the end of this competition.
Yeah, so let's watch and see what happens. I know there's a lot of people who are like, "Wait a minute, you're supposed to fix this. Last year was Ledger of Truth, and then rewards were coming quickly." And I actually that's part of the time I was actually here at the company, so I can speak to that. That period of time was like June and July, where we started the rewards happening much faster, and then something happened. Um, and I can't remember who just wrote this up there. Anyways, oh yeah, it was Dubstep, right? Man with a lot of history on the game. So what happened at that point is we were looking at the Ledger of Truth and all the work that it was going to take to maintain it and keep it going. And I made the call to say, you know what, this is just going to be a time sink for us that would be better served moving on to a new engine, better served re-architecting the game. And so then suddenly we're like, wait a minute, it's gonna, we split the team, the Townstar Live team, which was, I think at that point over 20 people, was reduced down to 10 or less than 10. And then the quest started to get the Townstar Godot game up and going. And so it's been a long time, but we also have now Ex Diablo here with a history of beating out, working through really, really high cheat situations and high cheaters. So, I see uh, Dash, you're like, yeah, don't cheat, but if you want to, here's how to do it. Don't be obvious. That's no lessons to anybody who's out there and dealing with cheaters in the world. That always happens, right? So I'm really looking forward to this and making sure we're going to do the best we can, and then we're also going to get onto new engines. So yeah, we'll figure it out, and maybe we'll make some missteps. Maybe we won't be perfect, but the whole goal is to try to help you guys.
So basically, the plan was to get rid of cheaters quickly so payouts can come out quickly. Now, what I noticed throughout most of the recent competition was that some of the cheaters would still stick around for a long time, longer than the 12 hours or so that Ex Diablo mentioned. Also, even if a cheater had their town deleted, it would just take them about 5 minutes to create another town and jump to the top of the leaderboard again. So really, what good did that even do? We still saw the cheaters at the top either way. So I would say that this first go with this new anti-cheat thing where towns get deleted if they're flagged was a big fail. Now they are improving it. They did mention that it would take some time to refine it, which makes me think they will still want to run it during Townstar Godot, which is a bit suspicious since Townstar Godot is meant to reduce the cheating, since they realize that they can't completely eliminate cheating. I do have another recording to share from the recent Townstar AMA that happened on April 7th, 2023, where Ex Diablo talks about why some people got their town nuked. This clip is only about a minute and a half long, so once again, either listen to it or feel free to skip to the next chapter.
Yeah, I'm seeing a few questions, especially one around, what one could do to prevent getting flagged. So a few basic things, right? I mean, if you're using any sort of scripts, don't do that. It might seem very simple. It's just avoiding you a few clicks here and there, but don't do that because, the way these algorithms work, they actually look at who clicked on what, how they're performing certain actions on their board. So, if you're using any scripts, don't do that. If you're trying to switch too many tabs, opening and closing multiple browsers, don't do that. Right? And yeah, just try and keep the game open and have fun, right? Try and not get that sneaky little advantage. And yeah, if you do feel you've got wrongly flagged, do send some information, and we'll check as much as we can. Right? But like during the week, we've actually improved a few more ways to detect folks who've been doing some sneaky stuff with not really getting their gas and trying to sell stuff, etc. But we'll keep doing that. It's always iterable, but yeah, just make sure you're not using any scripts and you should be good.
Now, some of you didn't do anything out of the ordinary. You didn't trade NFTs, you didn't alter the code to adjust your points or anything. You probably didn't use any scripts, you aren't running multiple accounts on the same device, and your town still got deleted. What's up with that? Yeah, that doesn't make sense at all, and it's very unfair. It's possible your town got deleted because of something out of your control, like maybe you lagged too much in the game and the game crashed all of a sudden. Like either way, it's not fair. Like Ex Diablo mentioned, you should send him a direct message telling him you were affected and trying to find a reason behind the town being deleted. I was going to search through Discord and point out all the people who got their towns deleted, but I'm sure you get the picture. I don't need to do that. I'm very active on Discord, and I want to say at least 24 or around 30 people got their town deleted and mentioned it on Discord. That's just the people who mentioned it. There are others who won't even bother mentioning it, or those who absolutely know they were cheating and got caught. So what now? All we can really do is continue to wait until we move over to Townstar Godot and see if we can minimize cheating or completely stop it. If you're wondering why Godot won't completely stop cheating, Well, that's because people will still find a way to trade NFTs during a competition or run multiple accounts, playing a competition with the same device or IP address, which is against the rules. There will probably be other reasons as well that I or we in the community just aren't aware of right now. Now, there is a chance they could make this up to the community, but I have no clue. So one of the ways they could make it up to the community is giving out, say, a free NFT to everyone who was affected, or really anyone who participated in the competition, as we were all worried whether our towns would get nuked any minute. But primarily, really, they just have to somehow apologize to the people who were affected and they realize that they didn't actually cheat. I know this would be incredibly hard to do, but that's one of the ways they can make it up to the community if they even decide to do that in the first place. So I really enjoyed this game and I still think it has a lot of potential to grow and catch on with gamers. I hope they can make it work and make everyone happy and move forward with the game to make it more fun and add more reward potential. So that's all I have for this video. Leave a like if you found it informative and leave a comment with your own experience or what you thought about all this. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't done so. I appreciate your support and thanks for watching.